Emily here. I'm a nutritional therapist and I'm currently talking to you about heart health and trying to dispel some myths around what you should be eating more or less of, and giving you some top tips as to how you can modify your diet to improve your heart health and lower your risk of cardiovascular disease. So far we've talked about inflammation and the role that sugar plays in promoting inflammation. And we've also talked about other inflammatory foods, and I've mentioned the anti-inflammatory foods that you need to have more of to support heart health. And that would be things like oily fish, fruit and vegetables, nuts and seeds, really broadening the kind of variety in your diet. And today I wanted to talk about just how important fibre is for heart health. So when we consume fibre in the form of fruit and vegetables, there's different types of fibre that we're consuming. And what's been discovered is that soluble fibre, so we have insoluble and soluble fibre. Soluble fibre is really effective at lowering cholesterol. So when we consume this type of fibre, it turns into gel in the digestive system, and that gel binds to the cholesterol from your diet and helps the body excrete it. So there's lots of forms of soluble fibre, and different foods will contain different levels of the different types of soluble fibre. So some of the types of soluble fibre will be things like beta-glucans, which is found in really high levels in things like oats and mushrooms, psyllium, gums, pectin. Pectin you might associate with apples, but it's also really high in pears and plums, and lots of other hemicelluloses, so they'll be found in different types of fruit and vegetables. As I said, this type of fibre turns into a gel, it latches onto the cholesterol and it helps you excrete it. And depending on how technical you are around cholesterol levels, what we're lowering through soluble fibre is LDL cholesterol. So this is what called the bad cholesterol. So one of your aims with your diet should be to lower LDL cholesterol, but raise HDL cholesterol, because that's the good cholesterol. So HDL when we talk about cholesterol, it's actually a carrier of fat. So LDL takes the cholesterol to the arteries and HDL removes it from them. So we want the balance between the two types of cholesterol to be as optimal as possible. Yes, so in terms of what you should be eating more of then, so things that are particularly high in soluble fibre are citrus fruits, so things like lemons, limes, oranges, grapefruit, kiwi fruit apparently are classed as a citrus fruit. Apples, pears and plums, as I've mentioned, are really high in pectin. Really, you can't go wrong with whatever vegetable you choose. They're going to be high in soluble fibre. The other thing that is really important about fibre for heart health is that fibre slows down the absorption of carbohydrate into the bloodstream. So it's really good for lowering blood sugar levels and then reducing your risk of diabetes. And often diabetes comes kind of manifests alongside cardiovascular disease. So so all vegetables are great. Nuts and seeds are really fantastic, really high levels of soluble fibre, but particularly flaxseed. I forgot to get it out, but I have a tablespoon of ground flaxseed every morning. It's amazing for the soluble fibre levels, but fantastic for hormone balance as well, and really great for digestion. So if it's not something you're doing, that could be a really nice thing to add into your diet is ground flaxseed every day. Another thing that's important if you want to get the most soluble fibre out of fruit and vegetables is so that the peel contains much higher levels of soluble fibre than the flesh. Other ways of getting more soluble fibre into your diet are to eat more legumes. So these are things like beans, peas, chickpeas, lentils. A lot of people are now pledging to do at least a day a week vegetarian. If you can base those vegetarian meals on beans and lentils, you'll be doing your heart a lot of good. And then the other grains are all really great. So oatmeal, buckwheat, quinoa, millet, barley, and brown rice, all really good sources of soluble fibre. So think about your diet and think about how you could improve your intake of soluble fibre. And what you'll be doing is giving your body a natural way to lower bad or LDL cholesterol. So do let me know if you've got any questions, and I will answer them. And please share this if you have found it useful. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you tomorrow.